Okay, people. I got. Can you do a little pause for a minute? Just so I can do my intro, that's all. Just so. You're gonna be hearing my mother's YouTube. Who are we watching?
Liz.
What video?
Funny design files that got people fired, part 17.
Okay, you're gonna be hearing that in the background. This is a out of context moment. And I will tell you when they're out of context. Because the context will be the story. And I'm going to try to do voice acting. I may not be that good at it with some characters, especially the ones for this one.
What, Miss Strawberry?
But anyways, I made a DC horror thing. Most of them are horror. Others are just evil people in this storyline.
Strawberry Daiquiri. What?
Volume 1 is horror mainly. I'm doing Volume 1, which is Batman number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, 4.5, 4.6, and Green Arrow, A Night of Vertigo, also known as Green Arrow number 1. Anyways, to explain, I wanted my version of Batman to be a shadow-like creature. What are you waiting for? Anyways, we got DC Horror Volume 1, Batman number 1, The Bat. Gotham City Police Department, Major Crimes Unit. File status, active / retracted. Yeah. I gotta make sure I'm saying this word right. I've been stuttering a lot recently with reading. I get nervous.
And like I said, they're all so affordable. And same with my patio furniture. It was also affordable, which shocked me because it's all
restricted.
Okay. I said it correctly. Now back to file status, active / restricted. Case name, The Bat. Classification, urban legend, vigilante, possible metahuman. Compiled by Lieutenant James W. Gordon. Note,
Anyway, thank you Cosplay for sponsoring this portion of this video. Let's move on to some products that maybe you
I need to stop getting nervous when I read, Mom.
Trash. Sorry, you make mistakes.
Because then I always mess up the next word.
Portions.
See, I mess up the most easy. Anyways. Note, portions of this file has been flagged as unverified, superstitious, or inadmirable. They remain included for pattern recognition. Incident summary. They don't see him clearly. No one ever does. Witnesses describe movement, not a man, a shadow, peeling itself off brick. A sound, like canvas, tearing, or wings folding, where...
Canada's Costco.
What?
Costway.
I shouldn't be doing this, people. You're gonna get a lot of out of context, but I'm gonna try to voice the character. I don't know who's actually. I don't know if it's Jim. I don't remember if it's Jim reading this, or if he just put the files together. But I feel like Jim would have like a calm voice and not like too deep or not. So where there shouldn't be wings. By the time patrol arrives, the criminals are already on the ground, breathing usual but changed. Broken bones, dislocated jaw, bruises shaped like fingerprints but are too long to... I actually never heard of this word before, people, so I'm going to have to use the read-along. The read-aloud. I don't think I heard of this word before.
Deliberate.
Okay, deliberate. No gunshots, no knives, no evidence of robbery. Just fear. The victims are always small-time muggers, dealers, second-story men. The kind of people Gotham usually loses track of, and finally cabinets and chalk outlines. According to the pattern, the bat doesn't hurt the desperate, only the cruel. That's what the file says. Witness statement number 0147. Subject Marco. I don't know this last name, so I don't want to butcher your last name, so I'm gonna use the AI here. I'm sorry for a lot of interruptions. I know I'm not really good at doing this right now, but that's because they're using
Velasquez.
Velasquez. Okay, they're using names of that I don't normally hear. Like, I know it's DC, but I know at least. So, subject Marco Velasquez. Status incarcerated. Charges armed robbery, assault. I swear, man, it wasn't a guy. He sounds like a drug dealer. I heard breathing first, real close, like it was inside my head. Then the lights went out, not like the power, like the night itself leaned in. He didn't talk, he just looked at me. I knew everything I ever did wrong all at once. When I woke up, I was in cuffs. Tell the cops, thank you. Tell him I won't do it again. Medical evaluation shows no signs of hallucinogenics or psychotics. Forensic statement. Forensic admission. Unidentified residue found at 3 crime scenes. Ferocious metal fabric.
They're saving things. And instead of saying practice your
Blah, blah, blah. That voice fucking hurt my throat. Why am I trying to do this with voice acting?
You're promoting something completely.
Fibrous, matte black.
Okay, fibrous, matte black, resistant to heat, not animal, not sympathetic per current database. Okay, I gotta make sure I'm saying these words right.
Maybe for not smoking. That's so confusing. Throw away that song. No.
Synthetic.
Okay, I did say it right. Not synthetic. Per current databases, audio recovered from a damaged security camera includes a low frequency sound, breath, ambient noise, not mechanical, not wind. One tech asked if it was a growl.
Nothing. Everything is possible. Nothing is impossible.
He requested a transfer the next day.
That was your first and last.
Interior memo unsent from Lieutenant J. Gordon to Commissioner Draft. Gotham has always needed symbols. We
It can be rough out there.
had bad ones. Gang colors, masks, flags. Symbols that tell people who owns the streets. If the bat is a symbol, then he's the opposite. He doesn't claim territory, he erases it. The official stance is vigilante with theatrical flair. That's what I tell the mayor. That's what I tell internal affairs. But I stood on rooftops at night. I felt the city watching itself, and sometimes God helped me. I look up at the dark and hope he's there, because the alternative is worse. Incident reports, docks, 2:13 a.m. 5 suspects apprehended, all alive, 1 unconscious, all weapons recovered. Patrol reports a shape on a crane arm before arrival, gone when spotlights hit. One officer claims the suspect screamed before being struck. Quote, "It's right behind me." There was nothing on thermal. Unofficial note handwritten back of file. If you wanted them dead, they'd be dead. But that's the part that keeps me up. Predators kill, demons kill. This thing doesn't. It judges. And until it crosses that line, until the night starts leaving bodies instead of warnings, I'll keep the signal lit clean. The signal light clean. Because Gotham is afraid of the dark. And the dark is afraid of the bat. We're getting number 2, The Laughing Man. Arkham Asylum for the criminally insane, psychotic interview. Subject unknown. Aliases Jack White, Jack Napier, the Pale Man, the Man Who Laughs, the Merry Widower. Interviewer Dr. Stephen Killerman. Date redacted. Security maximum. Audio qualified degraded. Tapes his present through. Killerman. Let's begin with something simple. What should I call you? Oh, doctor. We already started with labels? How clinical. How boring. Jack works. Jack always works. Jack what? Depends on the decade. White if I'm feeling clean, Napier if I'm feeling important. Sometimes I don't bother with names at all. Makes it easier to slip through the cracks. Records place similar crimes under different names going back to the 1930s. Yes. Very impressive filing system you have there. All those dusty little boxes trying to remember me.
Off to a hot start. I love it. I've been your host, Lindsay Adams, the Grand Version Looper, and I'll show you what it is. Hey everyone, what's up, and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Lindsay Adams, back with another video.
But memory is such a funny thing, isn't it?
Even though it's a medical term.
Historical attachment, unsolved murders dating back to 1889 to an individual. The fuck? I can't fucking do this shit. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
I didn't put pineapple juice. I didn't put that in there.
Attributed.
Attributed to an individual known as the Merry Widower. Victims were newly married women. Cause of death varied, motive unclear, description inconsistent, but recurring details include pale complex, fixed smile, laughter reported by neighbors. Connection to current subject remains unconfirmed. Let's talk about motive. Why crime? Oh, that's easy. Love. Everyone commits their worst sins for love. You're saying this was for someone else. My wife. My beautiful, terrified wife. And our baby. Can you imagine a little laugh of their own on the way? I just wanted to provide. Gotham doesn't give out handouts, doctor. You take or you starve. And when they died, something inside of me did too. Something that needed rules. And how does violence make you feel now? Oh, don't ruin it with textbook questions. You already know the answer. Let me... Let me ask you something instead. This interview isn't, how are your kids, Stephen? That's not relevant. The boy still doesn't like that you miss his school plays, and the girl pretends not to notice. But children always notice. Funny how a building full of lunatics can keep a man so busy he forgets his own family. How do you know? Your wife, though, she wakes up for you every night, 9 p.m., like clockwork. You pull your red Chevy into the driveway at 128 Bristol, right across from Anders Park. You kiss her cheek, tell her you're tired, and disappear. She stays up alone until 2 in the morning. Security. Shh. Yeah. Don't worry, Doctor. Wouldn't want another family tragedy. Recording ends abruptly. Incident report. Dr. Kellerman experienced a severe panic attack.
Today we're playing DIY cake.
Incident report. Dr. Stephen Kellerman experienced a severe panic episode following interview number 77. Subject was returned to confinement without resistance. Laughter reportedly continued for 12 minutes after cell door closed. Private residence night. Stephen tells himself it's stress, but Arkham does this to everyone. He eats dinner, he smiles, he says goodnight, then knock, knock. Soft, polite. From the peephole he sees them, not pale, not human. The smile is too wide, the eyes too dark, the face wrong, like he's wearing Jack's skin as a joke. Somewhere behind the door. Gotham City News morning broadcast. Police have confirmed the discovery of Dr. Stephen Kellerman and his family early this morning. All three were found deceased in their home. Investigators report disturbing similarities to historic unsolved murders, including smiles carved into the victims' faces. Authorities urge the public to remain calm. Final note, GCPD file. The bat was not seen that night, but somewhere in Gotham, a laugh echoed too long for something that was ever human. Holly! I can't do this, though. Fuck. I'm sorry, people, but I cannot do a woman's voice once forever. So I'm probably going to have to use the AI for Dr. Harleen Quinzel's voice. Anyway, just because I can't do a woman's voice. For the record, this is Dr. Harleen Quinzel. I could probably do it. Actually, no, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna,
You do whatever.
I want to see how well I can get my voice to go. Anyways, Batman number 3, Harley Quinn. Arkham Asylum from the criminally insane psychiatric interview log. Subject, Jack. See prior files. Interviewer, Dr. Harleen F. Quinzel. This word.
Observation.
Observation status. Throat hurts. Oh God.
Probationary.
Operation status. Probationary. New assignment. Note. This interview was approved despite objections from senior staff. Transcript reconnection from audio and handwritten notes. For the record, this is Dr. Harleen Quinzel. I'll be conducting today's session. Oh, a new voice. Finally, they sent someone here who isn't shaking already. I'm not afraid of you. No, you're curious. Much worse. Let's talk about Dr. Stephen Killerman. Oh, poor Stephen. A good man. A tired man. A fragile man. Pretending to be strong. He interviewed you. He had a breakdown. His family was murdered the same night. How did you kill him and return to your cell without being seen? Kill him? Oh, doctor, you really think I killed him? The timing is poetry. I agree, but poetry doesn't mean guilty. Stephen was already sleeping. You read his notes, the insomnia, the tremors, the fear that Gotham was watching his back. You knew where he lived. Knowledge isn't a knife. Yeah, maybe he finally let go. Quinzel pauses, pen stops moving, interviewers subject displays no outward stress when discussing Killerman's case. Affection shifts from playful to intimate eye connection, prolonging beyond standard tolerance. Some believe you're older than the records suggest. That similar crimes occur long before your birth. I know I'm not doing a good Harleen, but I wanted to try, okay? I want to try to do voice acting, the whole thing. Do I look like a man who obeys calendars? The Merry murders date back to the 19th century, and yet here I am. Isn't that the real joke? What are you? Labels again. You doctors love those. Psychopathic, schizophrenic, narcissist, monster, or something else. In the old days, they called me a devil, a fae, a trickster, a laughing god that comes when people are weakest.
He's going to love this race car cake.
Recorder briefly destroys. You're saying you're not human. I'm saying humans are easy. They wind themselves up so tight. All I have to do is whisper. Whisper what? The truth they're already thinking, my dear. Stephen wanted rest. Internal, uninterrupted rest. And what do you want? To be seen, to be understand, to have someone smart enough to listen instead of stream. Oh God, this is gonna kill my throat. But I'm having fun. That's what matters. Hold on, give me a fucking drink here. Interview note, handwritten. He didn't threaten me. He didn't lie. At least not directly. He speaks like someone disrupting gravity, as if suffering is inevitable and he's merely present. If you didn't kill Dr. Killerman, then who did? Madness doesn't need hands, Doctor. Just permission. Do you enjoy tormenting people? Enjoy is such a shallow word. What the fuck is this word? I sorry people, but I need help. My throat's hurting, so I'm gonna take a little break anyways, probably.
Curate.
I curate Pain Reveal's character. Oh, after just makes it easy to swallow. You sound like an aging thing wearing a bad suit. Careful, Arlene. When you stare into myths long enough, they start asking questions back. Session terminated. Interview ended early at interviewer's request. Subject returned to cell willingly. Laughter continued for the next hour, though no movement was observed. Final notes unfiled. Dr. Harleen requested continued access to the patient. Reason given, I think he's more than a man. Somewhere deep in Arkham, something smiled, not because it had won, but because the game had finally found a new player. So, Mom. Okay, now to explain my version, this is a interruption from the story. To explain my version of the Joker. He is possibly a demonic demon who at least has been around since the 1800s. And well, Harley is just Harley. That's simple to say. And yes, Dr. Stephen Kellerman is from Arkham Asylum, the game, along with the next Doctor, Gretchen. In number 4. Which will be bringing in Condiment King, which I'm going to read next. But I will not be doing the female voices this time. Sadly, you have to deal with the AI reading it, since I'm terrible at female voices, I just realized. And my throat is incredibly hurting from doing the fucking Joker. Thank God I don't have to do him for a while, hopefully. Anyways, Batman number 4, The Condiment King. Arkham Asylum, special interview room, subject Mitcho Mayo, aka Condiment King. Interviewer Gretchen Worcester. Interrogate journalist consultant. Observation status, high risk, Joker disciple. Recording begins. Subject seated, restrained, face smeared slightly with dried mustard and ketchup. Senator garnish tie still intact. What?
A team of teenage security workers reported an unsettling incident in Hawkins' lab in Georgia after noticing something unusual. They began filming when a door started opening and closing by itself, despite the air being completely still. Moments later, they captured footage of a motionless figure.
Let's start simple.
standing on a balcony,
At first, you were just a
silently
comedian.
The figure appeared human.
Everyone loved you.
Dressed in dark clothing and wore a white mask. Frightened by what they saw, the teens quickly left the area before the figure could
Let's
move any
start
closer.
Let's start simple. At first, you were just a comedian. Everyone loved you. Love is such a strong word. Admiration is that's better.
Police officers noticed an unusual
Then
tree that
you became
immediately
a
caught
criminal,
their
a
attention.
Joker villain,
The
ketchup
was
guns,
appeared to be
mustard bombs to see laughing with, laughing at the lines blurry.
Resemblance was difficult to overlook. Nearby passersby told the
And now-
officers that the tree was locally
Now you murdered a man and his family. Why? Oh, Gretchen. The why is the funny part. You see, I evolved.
Ghost.
Evolve from prankster to killer? No. From disciple to student of the art. He doesn't need a name. You don't say it. You feared it. And fear spreads like mustard. You mean the clown? Exactly. That one.
But as he suddenly appeared, moving swiftly
Cut
across
to
the benches
rooftops,
left
Gotham
to
City.
right,
Commissioner
before
Gordon.
vanishing into
He's
the
not
wall.
talking,
The
Batman.
glimpse of the ghostly
Mitchell.
presence left
He's
the guard
completely
shaken,
silent.
and the incident
He isn't going to talk. The monster you think
Well, I'm trying.
is a
I'm
clown.
trying to
Has already got him.
This footage, captured by a school security camera in
Got it,
Michigan
you
on
mean
June
broken.
25th,
Not
2013,
Corrupt.
shows a strange and
Fear works
unexplainable
slower
phenomenon
than
of
bullets.
glowing orb repeatedly
Jim, but it
erupting,
lasts.
seemingly only manifesting whenever someone walked close by, almost as if replaying a lingering memory.
Back to Arkham. Camera panels to the Bat surveying Gotham's alleys. A faint crackle echoes in the distance as Kate flutters, almost like it's swallowing the night. Back to Arkham Asylum interview room. Mitchell, tell me what you remember about that night. I remember the smell. Fear is delicious, and I like to taste my jokes before serving.
What he saw.
You're insane. You were a joke. Why escalate?
He vanished into another. When the guard shared the footage with a colleague, he was told
taught
that similar
me
sightings had been
fear
noticed
isn't
before,
funny,
particularly
not
during nighttime
really,
patrols in
but pain.
California.
Oh no,
What does he say?
that's funny.
Graveyard spirit.
I want to know what
Observation note: Mitchell Mayo appears completely under the influence of his mentor's philosophy. Despite repeatedly questioning, he refers to the Joker only occasionally, never by name. Fear is palpable, not just for him, but for anyone in the room. Interviewer comment: the subject laughter is contagious but manageable. Imaginant? Oh, god damn it. I feel like a dumbass.
A neighbor worried after noticing
Malignant.
whose owner was away on
He
vacation.
smiles with a joyless glee as if the city's suffering were a punchline he delivers nightly. The Bat is right. He's not going to talk and he's not alone in silence. GCPD internal memo. Unredacted. Subject Mitchell Mayo. Condiment King. Status high risk influenced by the clown. Note avoid name usage. Subject responds violently to verbal triggers. Bat sighted near crime scenes appears to act as containment rather than enforcement. Final note, audio log. The laughter continues, somewhere between ketchup and fear. The city realizes monsters aren't always loud. Sometimes they teach their jokes silently, and everyone becomes a part of the punchline. Batman number 4.5, The Strange Files, Gotham City. Hugo Strange, private research note. Subject, Jack, Joker, and Mitchell Mayo, Condiment King. Researcher, Dr. Hugo Strange. Security level, top secret redacted. This is Dr. Hugo Strange. Subject files. Jack, also known as Joker. Aliases Jack White, Jack Napier, the Pale Man, the Man Who Laughs, the Merry Widower. Observations. Patient description appears human. Patient description appears human, superfactually exhibits extreme contagious divergence. High manipulation intelligence, behavioral patterns, suggest a potential for psychological torment. Psychological readings in heart rate and adrenaline response suggest non-human. their holds of stress and resistance, historical patterns, alleged crimes dating back to 1889, the Mary Widower, continuing into 1930s onward. Crimes often involve victims' families, on intimate terror over intimidate physical harm, immediate physical harm, suggests either logic or recurring psychosis personality across persona across decades. Psychological profile appears to enjoy the moral weakness of others. Evidence of extreme sadistic intelligence manipulates fear to confusion, break moral or orchestra collapse of will. No known remorse,
Demonstrates.
No known remorse. Demonstrates observer behavior, treating human life as experiment. Hypothesis, possibly an ancient human affecting entity, masked as a man who thrives on chaos and human fidelity. What the fuck? I hate this.
Frailty.
Arkham staff reports. Dr. Kellerman broke down. Immediate panic, hallucinations, eventual death of family. Dr. Quinzel reports extreme intellect, fascination, emotional manipulation, begins showing early signs of attachment to the subject. Fear factor noted. Arkham staff instructed to avoid using name Joker due to disposition, psychological reaction. Strange notes. Goddamn bitch.
Obviously, she does do that.
Reading. Strange notes. This one does not need to be touched. She touches the mind. Every attempt at containment is insignificant. Notable pattern suggests he is not limited by typical human. Fuck, my neck hurts.
Parameters.
Typical human parameters. Dangerous beyond archetype. Subject file. Mitchell Mayo, Condiment King. Mitchell Mayo, Joker, Condiment King, Joker Disciple. Patient description: appears mentally unstable through manipulation and aware of public persecution. Uses humor and props, condiment guns, and theatrical costume to mask homicidal tendencies. Exhibits a strong psychological link to the Joker. Fear and devotion intertwine. Criminal patterns escalate from prank-based crime to murder of Dr. Kellerman and family. Motive appears to driven from emulation of teacher and obsession with fierce performance. Psychological profile completely subjected to Joker's ideology, believes fear is art, pain is humor, not capable of independent restraint, highly suggestible, eventually loyal to unseen instructor, lasting behavior suggests deep non-assimilation by adrenaline and learn.
Mimicry.
Arkham staff reports. Gretchen Wilster notes subject refuses direct of crimes to mentor. Refuses direct. Fuck my neck. Attributions of crimes to mentor, consistent with extreme terror, condemning. GCPD confirms that suspect reacts violently when Joker's name is spoken. Note: Mayo is dangerous but not anonymous. Threat exists due to arrangement with Jack, not independent strategy. Condoning and trauma makes subject extremely difficult to rehabilitate. Fear response is contagious, observe only. Subject, Jack, directly lethal, indirect. Psychology manipulation extreme, fear factor maximum, human limits exceeds normal. Notes possible not human longevity manipulate victims and mental state may be ancient being. Condiment King, direct lethology, direct psychological manipulation, modern fear factor high, human limits, human notes. Fully subordinate to Joker. Violent when imitating mentor, weaponized vehicle, mass lethal. Both individuals pursue an unnatural case on a potential archetypal predator. One, a potential archetypal predator. The other, a mimic condition by fear and reservedness. Attempts to categorize using cultural psychological tools fail. The danger posed is compounded by their intention. Mentor psychology supremacy with disciples under resisted violence. I recommend ongoing observation, full mental control, and advance of direct verbal triggers, namely the name associated with the elders present. Next, we should examine notes and behavioral patterns of subjects under control, stress to determine their host of influence, attachment, and fear propaganda. Strange Gotham City, Hugo Strange. Personal notes. Subject, the Bat. Researcher, Dr. Strange. Dr. Hugo Strange. Security level, top secret / redacted. Appearances, cloak in darkness. Physical dimensions, human but not exact capabilities unknown. Move stealthily, often before detection systems register movement. Eyes rarely seen. Presence inferred from shadows. Auto cues and alternate environment. Behavior appears in direct response to escalating criminal activity. Security, selectly non-lethal interviews in situation. Where suspects are cornered, confused, or already incapacitated. Acts with surgical procedure, often psychologically databasing criminals without immediate physical harm. Interactions with subject unknown. Observe engaging with the Joker and his disciples, Condiment King, etc. Indirectly, no record physical confrontation with the Joker, but suitable threats to Mayo are neutralized. Appears to understand psychological lever, uses criminal fears against them. Coordinative estimate. High-level strategist, intellect likely. Experience, hyper-awareness of environmental stimuli. Operates in sustained nocturnal vigilance, suggesting experiential endurance and mental resistance. Displays symptoms alongside to extreme
Parasympathetic.
Parasympathetic restoration, fear, weaponized, not exactly personalized. Behavior theory likely functions as both predator and suppressor, acting to maintain psychological equilibrium in Gotham. Lacks emotional violence typical of vigilantes or criminals, maintains a controlled debut presence. Unlike Joker or Mayo, no observed sadistic tendencies are correct rather than performative hypotheticals, human baseline possibly, but adapts suggested trauma training or chemical enhancements, may employ an aperture reasoning beyond conventional human limits, akin to hyper-conjecturance mapping of criminal behavior. Interactions with GCPD. Commissioner Gordon reports he's not here to kill, he's here to make them stop. Sometimes that's enough. Observation strategies and with Gotham authorities use the intellect channels without formal psychological effect on staff. Officers report both relief and unease present in stress simulator. The Bat is a unique anomaly. He is neither criminal nor insane, yet operates outside legal attempts. His methods suggest understanding of the human psyche that rivals the most deterrent minds I have studied, yet he wills it to enforce a form of justice rather than chaos. He appears to be a predator of criminals, but his choice to abstain from lethal action intersect self-discipline or a personal code that is at odds with the city's predators. Unlike my other subjects, he is not motivated by fear, amusement, or devotion. His presence alone restrains behavior in subjects under observation. This is a viability of a prudent concern, particularly when considering containment or procedure of the Joker's influence. Conclusion: the Bat is not a human threat to society in the conventional sense. Rather, he is the variety in Gotham's criminals ecosystem. Potential risks are if exposed to Joker's influence, he may be drawn into a direct conflict, testing both his physical and psychological limits. Must continue to monitor interactions between the Bat, Joker, and disciples like Mayo in the file. Now the next one, my voice hurts too much, so I'm just gonna have the AI do this one.
Every year.
So it's just a lot easier for right now since my throat hurts.
Absolutely. Here's a full-length, continuous Green Arrow story in the style you requested. Noir horror meets modern superhero.
Oh yeah, and with Comic King, I was going with the animated series, kind of where, he met Joker at one point, and Joker made him a villain thing. But he was already a joke villain, and Joker just made him a murderer. But he probably will become a joke villain later on in my storyline. Now with Green Arrow, well, he's just Green Arrow. Same with Black Canary. And the main villain, Count Vertigo. Well, you'll figure out what he is later. Also, yes, Black Canary does appear in this story.
Absolutely. Here's a full-length, continuous Green Arrow story in the style you requested. Noir horror meets modern superhero adventure with mystery, crime, and a dash of romance, incorporating your specifications and the rich character histories. DC Horror Volume 1. Green Arrow, A Night of Vertigo. Oliver Queen had always thought survival on an island would have been the end of his nightmares. Years of deprivation, storms, and starvation had shaped him into a man who could fight with bare hands, shoot arrows with deadly precision, and endure pain most couldn't imagine. But returning to Star City, to the life he thought he had lost forever, revealed that Gotham wasn't the only city with monsters. His first night back in the Queen Manor wasn't quiet. Thea, his sister, was trembling, restless, pacing the grand halls, and worse, he could smell it before he even saw the evidence. Small foil packets scattered under her dresser, a note scribbled in shaky handwriting. Vertigo. The name didn't strike any alarms at first, but Oliver's instincts told him otherwise. He scanned the internet, contacted old allies, and dug through police reports. All he could find was a faint trail leading to Eastern Europe, Vltava. That was where Vertigo originated. But the immediate danger was closer. The next night, Oliver was to attend a return party thrown in his honor. Star City's glitterati had gathered. The usual socialites, the press, and a few unexpected faces. Bruce Wayne was there, brooding as always, a silent observer in the corner of the ballroom. Tommy Merlin, Oliver's old friend and sometimes rival, nearly tackled him in a bear hug, ecstatic he wasn't dead.
No.
Clark Kent and Lois Lane were covering the party for the Daily Planet. Oliver approached them with his signature grin, leaning casually on the champagne table. "Lois," he said, bowing slightly, "I suppose I should warn you. Star City's richest playboy has returned. Hope you're ready." "No, Oliver," Lois replied flatly, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "Try again later." He tipped an imaginary hat with a wink and walked off, respecting her refusal, before his gaze settled on another familiar face, Diana Lance. She was speaking with Count Werner Zeitler, a wealthy European aristocrat whose presence made Oliver uneasy. They were discussing something quietly, laughter peppered with tension. Oliver's instincts told him this was connected somehow. A few days later, Oliver's instincts proved right. Donning the hood of the Green Arrow for the first time since his return, he stalked the streets at night. His arrows flew silently, taking down the lowlifes selling Vertigo. A thug caught under the glare of his bow confessed, shivering. The drug was coming from a castle, Vlatava Zeidel Castle. He gave the name nervously, eyes wide. Green Arrow didn't answer, only knocked him out with a blunt punch, then disappeared into the shadows. It was during that sweep that Oliver saw her. A woman dressed in black leather, agile and dangerous, dispatching the criminals with ease. Her voice carried a piercing sonic scream that disoriented the men she fought. Oliver followed her through the alleys, but she vanished like smoke into the night. He had only one clue. People were calling her Black Canary. Returning home, Oliver began researching the castle. Zeidel Castle had a brutal history. Werner Zeidel's father had died fighting the British during an invasion, the mother had sold half the family jewelry to survive, and the rest had been seized by the invaders, who slaughtered the family, all but Werner. That explained why the castle had remained so notorious. Weeks passed in a blur of investigation. Oliver perched atop rooftops, stalking the criminal networks and analyzing the flow of Vertigo. One night, after Detective Quentin Lance left a crime scene, he infiltrated it. The bodies inside were British, their throats marked with bite wounds. Jewelry was missing. It all pointed back to Zeidel. This wasn't just a drug smuggling operation. It was personal. But the bite marks? That part made Oliver uneasy. Diana appeared again during his investigation, her presence stirring old emotions he thought he had buried. Later that night, the Black Canary appeared again, moving like a shadow through the alleyways. She escaped him once more, but he finally had a name, Black Canary. Determined, Oliver planned his journey to Vlatava. On the way to the airport, he intercepted more Vertigo shipments, leaving unconscious dealers in the alleyways as warnings. Vertigo's originator, Count Vertigo, awaited in his ancestral home. Oliver carefully stowed his Green Arrow suit and luggage, changed into his civilian attire, and boarded the plane, passing through customs with the calm of a man who had faced death before. Arriving at Zeidel Castle, Oliver immediately felt the drug's effects. Vertigo made the floor tilt, his stomach lurch, his knees buckled. Werner Zeidel, Count Vertigo, stepped into view, fangs glinting in the torchlight. "I am very hungry, Mr. Queen," he said, his voice a mix of aristocratic polish and hunger. The castle seemed alive with his presence. Oliver fought to stay upright, gripping the floor for balance. Before the Count could strike, a scream shattered the room, a sonic scream that shook the chandeliers. Black Canary had arrived. Together, she and Green Arrow fought, coordinating silently, each strike precise. Count Vertigo fell, subdued but still alive. Oliver refused to deliver a killing blow. This wasn't the right way.
There is a
Black
mistake
Canary
in this
held him
story,
off as
but
they
I'll let
restrained
you know
Werner,
what it was
who was
later.
eventually arrested and sent to Iron Heights Penitentiary, a facility for metahumans. Back in Star City, the Black Canary revealed herself, Dinah Lance. She lowered her mask, eyes sharp but soft. "Wait a minute, you're Green Arrow," she said. Oliver smiled, removing his hood. "Yep, sorry, pretty bird." Dinah smiled, her lips curved in recognition. "Oh, Ollie," she said softly, using the nickname he had given her when they were dating. And then she kissed him. In the Queen manner, life slowly returned to normal. Oliver, his mother, and Thea lived together in the grand house, recovering from the shadows of the island and the city's dangers. But the night of Vertigo had proven something. Gotham and Star City weren't just filled with crime. They were filled with monsters, some human, some something darker. Oliver Queen had returned. The arrow was drawn. The hunt had begun. And so ended Volume 1.
Okay, the messed up part here was Ollie. That's not any name, no. The nickname Oliver calls Dinah Lance is, ever since they were started dating, is Pretty Bird. So yeah. Anyways, most of the other ones for Volume 2, which is 3 parts, will be Batman. So bye for now.